Hi everybody, Marcia here from ZC Creations, and as you can see, I've been kind of busy getting flowers done for my friend's wedding, and I have a couple more that I have to do, but I wanted to show you the ones that I have done so far. Some of them are on another little video. I'm attempting to just still do some testing of my videos, but this one I made with little petals that you make up individually. I used some linen material, and they're kind of like a cone-shaped petal, and I am so sorry, but I don't remember where I saw those made. It could have been a little Shabby Chic, Trisha. It could have been Fiona Jennings 644, or it actually could have even been Hectanuga. I think her name's Emmy. I've watched all of those gals and they're all awesome. This also has some like glitter chiffon or glitter netting almost. I guess it's more like chiffon or material. It's a little bit stiffer. And there's a little doily in the center and a bit of bling. And this one's a little bit different style. This is some really soft material that I gathered, but I gathered it, folded it first and then gathered it all around, so it has like a ruffle type effect. And on this one I used petals that you fold from a little square or a triangle, and I'm not sure which of those gals showed me how to do that, but it's one of them. And since my friend is having a really rustic wedding, I put a little bit of strands of burlap in this one, and just an old this is really old. I think it was an earring, believe it or not. Kind of big, but I think it was an earring. And anyway, here's another one made on the same premise as the other one I just showed you. With the ruffle, you just take a strip of material and you fold it, and then you do a running stitch along your open side and pull it, and then it just makes this little ruffle. And in the center I put a little handmade rickrack rosebud that Fiona Jennings from Jennings 644 showed me how to do. And then just some little pieces of doily in the middle there. This one I just made out of some teal lace and some taffeta material, little taffeta petals, and some linen-y like material around the outside edge. I just kind of cut it sort of randomly, I guess you could say, and made it have that effect on the edge. And then, I'm not sure if I showed you all this one before, but this is individual petals out of that real rough burlap, and a layer of lace and a layer of linen material also, and then another layer of linen material, a little pearlized button in the middle. And so that's pretty much all of them. Here's another really big one with lace and linen and burlap. And I'm going to try to make another one. This is a little one that I made just with lace and linen material. I put a few little crystals in the center of that one with a little diamond accent. And this is a rolled rose. You girls probably all have seen or know how to make these, you just take a strip of material, which I did, and you wrap it and twist it and wrap it and twist it. There's a lot of tutorials out there about those, how to make those also, and some lace. So I'm going to set these aside, and I have 2 more I have to make. So I thought maybe I would try to make one. And I kind of not sure how this is going to turn out. I have a piece of, this is some like scalloped like cotton. I don't want to say dotted Swiss, but it's kind of a strip of trim, and it looks like at one point in time it may have had gathering down the center, or it's got some kind of a stitch down the center anyway. So I'm going to try to run a running stitch down the middle of that and see what I get. So I don't know what we're going to get, but we'll see. I'm just going to even it up here on the end a little bit. And I already have my needle and my thread, and I have some heavy thread. I think this thread is for quilting. It's not like overly heavy, but it's real strong thread. It's probably really hard for you to see because it's cream color, but I'm just going to take a couple of tacking stitches here on the end just to secure your thread. Excuse me. And I pulled a little knot, or tried to. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a running stitch down the center of this and just see what happens once you start gathering it up. I don't know. I'm hoping that this flower turns out a little bit smaller than some of the other ones. I'd like to make 2 a little bit smaller than some of the ones that I have already done, just in case she needed some smaller ones, because all the ones that I have done, well, most of them are kind of big, so I thought I'd try to do at least 2 little bit smaller ones. So that's going to pull up like that. So I'm just going to keep going with it and see what I get. Maybe it will give us a little flower, or maybe the center of a flower, or I can stack it up with something else, and we'll see what happens. So I wanted to say many thanks to Asian Tiger on YouTube. I'm sure if you just type in Asian Tiger, you will find her. She subscribed to my channel, and I was so excited. She was the first person that actually subscribed to my channel, so I was really tickled about that. So, well, we'll just see. I'm just kind of pulling it tight and sort of looking at what I have to see what I can do with it. I think it may go in the center or something to that effect. I'm not sure. We'll see. We get a little bit more here. And you just run your needle in and out of your thread in case you're not a sewer at all. It's really easy to do. It's not, it doesn't take any skill at all, believe me. And the effect is usually pretty cool if you if you use this running stitch. I'm going to wrap it around my finger a little bit and see what it looks like here. Well, I'm not sure if I can go with that or not. Well, I'm going to keep going a little bit yet and see if there is anything that I can do with this. It's obvious that, you know, it's easier to take a piece of lace or trim or whatever that's like this with just the scallop on one end and run your running stitch along here and then just gather it around. Obviously that's the way you do it most of the time, but I have to be difficult. So well, I'm going to go ahead and tie this off. Because I really don't want this to be much bigger if I do get to use it in the center of this flower. So what I'm going to do is just take a tacking stitch here at the end. And cut it off here. Another one just to be on the safe side. Oops. I lost my thread there, but I think we're good. I'll just cut that off, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right here. Set that aside. It's made sort of like an oblong, obviously, instead of a circle. But maybe we can still use it for something. Just kind of playing around here and seeing what I can come up with. I suppose that's how new things are made. I know what I am going to do, and that's tack these two ends together, these two raw edges. See if it has a right side and a wrong side. really hard to tell on this trim. But it looks like this is the right side. So I'm going to tack this with my glue gun, just a tad. Tack those two raw edges together. Tiniest little bit of glue, if I can get any to come out. There we go. And then I'll tack this side also. Well, we have a kind of a lacy oblong. But I don't suppose there's any law that says these have to be perfectly circular. So we'll just see. What we can do, maybe we can, well, I'm going to go and see if I can find some little bits of doily, and I will be back in just a second.